Welcome to Whistleblower 3, government jobs that pay you not to work. Once again, this is the third installment of Whistleblower, because the first two have been so successful. I can neither confirm nor deny anything and everything about what you're about to hear or not hear concerning anything and everything that might be said or not said or just heard. I plan on telling the truth, whole parts of the truth, and not nothing but not truth. And this is about government workers that work upon the ladder, and this goes up and down the ladder, from government to state to county to city. So let me just start where my story begins. Once again, I am in case you didn't notice, I'm in disguise, and I have the fan blowing wind on me to disguise me even more, so they don't know who I am, because I may or may not still be getting these checks called entitled, that I'm entitled to. Let me start from the beginning of my story. A local politician didn't want me to date his daughter no more, so he got me a job, and it was one of those cool jobs where you get to wear the orange vest. You've probably seen me and people like me all the time on your city streets, in your parks, and sometimes in your backyards. But it's not us coming out of the bars, okay, or the strip joints. But so my story is just the first time we were planned to dig up pipe under the street, and the whistleblowing of this is that we would dig, and the pipe didn't need to be fixed, but we would just sometimes lay new pipe. That was when people was watching, but most times we'd just dig up the old pipe and then relay it and cause traffic delays in your neighborhood for months at a time sometimes. And what the thing was, how this worked was, the deal was already done and the money was already there, and they had to dig the pipes up or lose the money that was funded. So we would just go, and most of the time my job at digging up the pipes was to just direct the traffic through, or to just look at the pipe when they'd come up, and then we all had to agree on it sometimes for that it was okay. So but we had to use the money that was already there, or we would lose it. So, and then my other job was at lunchtime most days. I went out and got the beer, and I was charging the iPads for the guys who just played the games all day. So, and on my second job, which I'm going to whistleblow about, that the government doesn't want you to know, was I worked at a park where our unit went to a park, and it was Easter Sunday that they called us in to the park to do gardening. But when we got to the park was all cement, so there was no gardening, raking, or lawn mowing, or anything to be done. So we was told to just sit in the park all day, and we got paid overtime hours. But even though we worked at like not doing nothing but work, and it was Easter Sunday, so, and those were our overtime hours that was allotted to us already, that we had to spend, or we would lose these overtime hours. So they had to make us work, and they figured on Easter Sunday was the best day, because it was not only double time, it was quadruple time, because it was Easter Sunday, a holiday. So that was the second one. And then the third best job, which was probably the best I ever had for the government in the orange vest, is at the traffic lights. We would just go to traffic lights and shut them off. There was nothing wrong with them. We'd just set them off for the day, and that way they could send the new police cadets out to direct the traffic, and we would just stand around and act like we was doing something to the lights, but we wasn't doing nothing, because the funny thing was, the lights is controlled from the main central office of traffic on the computer, so we couldn't do anything to the lights anyway, but we just pretended to do stuff. And that was that was the third thing that I'm whistleblowing about from the government job, that they controlled everything. And now, and then lastly, the boss made sure every one of us got our medicinal marijuana, so we had to go to the government doctor first and say that we needed something wrong with us, and then we'd get the medical marijuana that was under prescription, so we could legally, we had to take our prescriptions while we was working on the job. So that was a medicinal, and because of our medical condition. Now I don't want to. The reason I'm in disguise in this number 3 whistleblower for government jobs is because I'm right now trying to get a grant from the government and start an interpretive dance troupe. So I had to be in disguise in case they knew that it was me blowing the whistle on this. So, but the bottom line of all this is, which I can neither confirm nor deny, but I choose to whistleblow and to be the only one who's brave enough to say this out loud, is that the money is already there from the government to the state, to the county, to the city. So we have to spend it, because if we don't spend it for doing nothing, then we're going to have to give it to, we might be forced to give it to the school for our kids. So that's the choice that the politicians made for us with the government job. So I'm whistleblowing 3. Please don't tell anybody or everyone about me as a whistleblower, but please pass this whistleblowing on. Thank you for watching government jobs that pay you to do nothing, and we're the guys in the orange vests on the streets that you see every day. Thank you for the jobs and for the free money for working, and good on the resume too to get my next job from the government. So thank you, and tell everyone and no one nothing and everything about what you may or may not heard from me that I said or didn't say, that I can neither confirm or deny at this time or at a later date. My name is I don't want to say my name. I don't want to say my name.